Okay, the real Machiavelli. Now, I had talked about Stan Edgar recently in a video profile on him. I'll drop the link in. You want to check that video out. And we really see him as this, you know, guy with the master plan, right? The guy who can manipulate anyone, who's running Vought, who's always, almost psychopathically in control of himself. But let's be real about it, man. This guy is actually nothing compared to Amanda Waller. Now, here's the thing. Amanda Waller routinely controls soups that she had nothing to do with their creation. She has nothing about them intrinsic in their creation, understanding that gives her control. And she figures it out with everybody. She takes real control, not what Stan Edgar does. Like, Amanda Waller would never, first of all, the idea, which I've talked about, of this being permanent powers, laughable. Amanda Waller would laugh you out of the universe for that unto itself. When later we see a 10th version that comes on. But we're not even going to get into that. Stan Edgar literally has no guardrails. You hope that these guys stay in line, even though they're completely crazy. Your whole thing is to keep Homelander in line because you have a psychological edge over him, but he's also a crazy person who's very unpredictable. So you can't count on that. And someone like Amanda Waller would not count on that. She would compromise you in other ways. Like, first of all, she would embed, if I'm giving you compound V, I'm putting a mechanism in the back of your neck that I can kill you by control anytime I want. I'm not going to have to discover who these people are. So that's where Amanda Waller's going to come in first. Like, you will have a bomb chip in your neck, every single one of them, and she's going to have her iPhone or her tablet, whatever she's using, her Android, where she can blow your brains off whenever she chooses to, the first time you get out of line, unless somebody working for her busts her in the head. Okay, that's really the first thing. The second layer that she's going to have in there, she's going to have your kid. She's going to have some compromise on you. She's going to have a family member. Maybe they're sick. They need some medicine. Maybe your kid got busted, for juvenile theft, but I can get them sent to prison. Like, she's going to do something to give herself control. So she's going to at least have 2 layers of actual control over her subjects, and Stan Edgar's not even thinking on that level. So while we see him as all Machiavellian, if I really have to say who's on top, he could learn a lot from Amanda Waller and how you run that. So she's at the top. She's the apex, right? Triangle, bitch, right? She is the Phil Jackson of that, and you're like a lesser coach. You ain't Popovich. You ain't even Steve Kerr, right? You ain't even Steve Kerr. Right, you're someone who maybe you win a championship, but you're not that elite level. And Amanda Waller will come in and school you and be running Vought and the rest of the world in like 3 or 4 days. I'll give it tops. But anyway, I just wanted to get in that. Give me your thoughts as we compare these two like Machiavellian characters. And I think she's playing he's still playing checkers compared to her. He's not playing 4D chess. She's playing checkers with a gun, so you can keep your 4D chess and do all you want. She's actually the one that's going to get